Let's let that music play for a bit. Imagine the Harry Potter music going because I'm going to put it in there. Yes. Can you feel it, Brother Roberts? Hello, everyone. This is Go Watch a Movie, episode 62. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
Thank you for joining in on the conversation. Today, if you heard by the music and my little serenade there, we are covering Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. There we go. Sure. I know that. Yes. This one I'm looking forward to because you all know how much of a Potterhead I am. But first,
are they actually called Potterheads?
Yes, they call us Potterheads.
I did not know that.
Which, funny story, I did a trivia night here a little bit ago with a team of...
Potterheads?
Not Potterheads.
Oh, no.
Yes.
And all the questions were Potter related?
All the questions were Potter related. It was fun. It was a blast. I was the only one answering questions. They answered, I think, 3 that weren't me. Mm-hmm. They're good friends of mine. But yeah, and then I had to answer all the rest. Needless to say, I didn't do so hot.
Okay.
I think I did well for that scenario. Okay. I'll put it that way. By
yourself, basically.
Yeah, against other full teams. Yeah.
Full teams of Potterheads.
But it was fun nevertheless. And I would do it again. Even the same scenario. I just know I need to work up on my Northern magic because that's what kicked my butt. I was doing fine with the Harry Potter stuff. And then all of a sudden they got into
Northern magic. That's what I was thinking.
This like
that old Northern magic always gets me too.
Yeah, like non-British.
No clue.
Like, yeah, like we were all of a sudden they're like, oh, this happened in Fantastic. I was like, I've only seen those movies once. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't hate them, but it's like that's newer, you know. I'm not so enriched in that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we'll get into that here shortly. First, we're going to do a little bit of entertainment news. All right, man. It's been an exciting time because, yeah. So the biggest box office bomb. Sorry. Can you guess what it was?
Of all time?
This year.
Oh, this year? Oh, good grief.
Recent.
What's that?
Recent.
I'm not,
He's got arrows.
He's got, well, Robin.
I think you call that.
I did call that one. I felt it. I don't know why. It just screamed it wasn't going to work.
Like apparently, like it's just full of plot holes, full of.
Is it going to be one of these epic bad movies that people will one day enjoy, or is it just crap?
I think it's too intentionally blockbustery for that. Like, you know, those are normally like B movies, but I could be wrong. Mm-hmm. This gets me excited. This next entertainment news here. Live action Cowboy Bebop happening on Netflix.
Wow.
Excited and scared, I should say.
I would be scared too.
Because their last few forays into live action have not been so... And I don't think... Honestly, I can't put it on them. I think they just bought those and put them on Netflix. Mm-hmm. This is all theirs. So...
Which one's
Full Metal Alchemist and Attack on Titan? I did not.
I have not seen. I want to see Attack on Titan. That looks interesting to me. And shamefully, I haven't seen the anime. And I know there's a huge fan base for it, but it just looks odd to me. Yeah, I don't understand it. Like I don't know. But
I think Death Note. I hear Death Note was good.
Some people had a lot of problems with it. I enjoyed it, and I actually enjoyed the other one too.
Full Metal.
It wasn't great, but. Kind of thinking like it's foreign. Look, it's foreign, but so you give it a little slack, kind of, because there's like some differences in our behaviors or whatever.
And I think that's my thing. Like Cowboy Bebop is my favorite anime, and I know that's probably niche to say because it was put on Toonami and it's so Americanized now and all that stuff, but it's still one of my favorite anime. I love space. I love the bounty hunter aspect. I love all that. Spike Spiegel's amazing. I just don't want them to mess it up.
There's not nothing we can do about it though. If they do it wrong. I
think since it's them, like Netflix themselves producing it, I think they're gonna Americanize it up and it won't be so like you said, the other one was a little, the foreign sensibilities and that sort of thing.
I think they changed a lot from like in Death Note, they changed a lot from the anime.
Gotcha.
But And I think most of it was a mistake, but I understand why they did it because they were doing it for us more so than they were doing it for another audience. So, but I don't know. I think it does ruin it. But can you see a lot of the like animes directly translated? It would be weird.
It would be extremely
Some things
weird.
would be weird in the live action if they were direct, like, shot for shot do that. I don't know. It just wouldn't work either.
True. I think Cowboy Bebop is one of those that can do that because it's not so over the top. It's I think it's a 10 episode miniseries, so we'll see how it works. Moving on. Jordan Peele, busy man. This man is going to be doing a Candyman remake.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it because I enjoyed the original.
Yeah. But who can replace Todd though? I mean, no one's gonna be able to replace.
True.
Because he's got that certain something that makes you just say Candyman. I don't know.
Is he too old to reprise?
I don't know. Is he gonna be a cameo? Everybody else is making cameos.
Yeah, like the old RoboCop was in the reboot RoboCop.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not as excited for all these remakes. I've probably said it before. Even the Pet Sematary one. But I will say this. The first time I watched that, I was upset. Even though I didn't love the original.
The trailer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't love the original, but I was still upset because I feel like I know that movie because I know the original. So, but I will say, I said the last time that I wasn't as excited, but actually for this particular one, the more I watched the trailer, the more I'm starting to get into it. So maybe I'm wrong about the remakes, but I'm still always going to be skeptical because I'm always thinking they're going to ruin what I grew up with or something.
I'm with you. I'm the same way. I normally don't. I'm normally not looking forward to reboots at all. I don't know. For some reason, the idea of him doing it has me kind of excited though. That's what she said.
What about Rambo? Rambo's coming back.
Yeah,
he's going to be fighting like the cartel or something with some drug lords or something like that.
Yeah. I'm a little mad at Sly right now. He just retired Rocky. I don't know what that means exactly.
Me neither. I haven't seen Creed 2 yet.
I have not yet either.
I just recently saw Creed 1 because I was once again, I love me some Rocky. The first Rocky is amazing to me. And I didn't want to see something new that wasn't Rocky.
Yeah.
Or didn't put him in the same light that I always grew up with him in. But then after watching Creed, I'm like, holy crap, that was a good movie. So
dang it. I was going to say, should we save that for a Creed episode?
We should have, but yeah, I mean, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well.
But he wasn't the main star in it. So trying to bring back
Stallone?
Yeah, Stallone. Yeah. He wasn't the main. He was a major character.
Yeah, he's kind of taking the Mickey role.
Yeah, exactly. But he wasn't the main character. But in Rocky, but in Rambo, he's going to have to be the main character. He's not going to have some young kid who's Rambo that he's trying to train to be Rambo. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's going to have to do that.
Yeah, no friend died in that one. Write yourself out of that, Stallone. There you go. I was just trying to do it. You know what I mean? That'll bring us to trailers. You want to go first?
I'll let you go first. In case I steal yours. I'm probably going to steal it.
This one, I don't know if I'll steal. This one's Prospect. Nope. I think it's an indie space film made by the Dust production company, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it's like they're saying it's the best new space cowboy western that you'll ever see.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. But it looks fantastic. You do get the feel of a western in space by watching the trailer. I think a girl. A guy goes out and finds to hunt and gather every day. Mm-hmm. That he stumbles on a alien planet. He's in a spacesuit. He finds a girl just standing out there, and then he makes it his mission to take her back somewhere. Which is, the plot of most westerns. You're out, a wild outlaw is out there. He finds a person, and he's got to protect her by all means. And then the violence ensues because he finds out there are people hunting her and he has to protect her and that sort of thing. So looks very good.
I never realized how much Han Solo looked like a cowboy until somebody pointed it out to me.
Oh yeah,
because he got the vest, he's got the gun, little holster. I mean, I never
wearing the undershirt as a shirt. Yeah.
It never dawned on me. I don't know if I'm just that dumb or if it's just that engrossed in the movie, but it just never dawned on me. He looks just like a cowboy, and he does.
Yeah, and he acts like it too. He's got that. Yeah.
All right, I got a couple.
Okay.
The first one is replicas. Keanu Reeves is back in some sci-fi action. I think it looks I think probably just because I'm seeing Keanu Reeves and I'm so impressed with what he's been doing recently. I mean, I was already when he first hit the scene, I mean,
wow.
Bill and Ted. I mean, I liked him, but then he went Speed and all this other stuff, and I kind of you're just another action guy. I don't care. Then he did Matrix, and he blew my mind, and now he's doing Wick. He blew my mind again. So now, even though this one doesn't look like those movies at all,
he's very similar
because he's done quite a few different, even some independent films. He's doing all kinds of stuff. I'm just happy to see another sci-fi movie with Keanu Reeves in it. I don't know. I just think of Keanu Reeves and I think of sci-fi now. So, yeah, I'm excited for it. and the plot, let me give you the plot.
I was going to say, I like the idea of this one.
The plot of this one, I guess his family dies and he clones them or something and brings them back and they don't realize, they feel like something's wrong, but they don't realize what it is. And he has to tell them and then all kinds of craziness happens. And
he's not playing that whole super action pumped up Wick. He's like a dad.
He's actually doing that weird thing that Tom Cruise did in that one movie. What was it called? When he
Minority Report.
Yeah, Minority Report. He's doing all the hand crap. Which is nothing new, but it's it's fine. I still think the overall plot of the movie is going to be.
This seems like it's going to push him a little bit more than his, because he's got a emote.
I don't think he's going to. I think he's still going to do it. I think he's still going to be him. He's still going to do his thing, but that's okay. That's his thing. It's worked for other actors, so you might as well keep if it ain't broke. And then my other one, I really enjoyed. It came out a while ago. It was Happy Death Day.
I have not seen it yet. Is it good?
I don't think everybody loves it. I liked it. Okay. I thought it was refreshing for some reason because I like Groundhog.
Part 2's coming, right?
Yeah, I like Groundhog's Day. And I just thought and there's been other movies that are similar. I just like that idea of repeating and trying to get it right. Yeah. And then now we get Happy Death Day to You, the second one. And it's like...
What's with the baby mask?
I don't understand it. It's just a mask.
Did I explain that in part 1?
It's just a mask. It's just a weird mask and this dude's wearing it. So, but now it's like... She I don't want to ruin the first movie for everybody, but if you watch the trailer for the second one, it's already ruined. You already know what happens. But basically you get there's more. Okay. There's more. So if you like the first one, you get more of it. And I thought the first one was worth watching. So I'm excited to see another one. I'm surprised. I was surprised when I saw the trailer. I'm like, holy crap, they're making another one of that? There's no way they could do that. And they found a way. So I'm happy to see it.
I'm going to have to watch part 1. Oh, very cool.
It's got some humor in it. I enjoyed it.
Okay. So it's not just like a straight horror?
No, there's humor. It's like think a horror version of Groundhog's Day.
Okay. I'm in because I love Groundhog's Day.
Yeah. Don't drive angry.
Well, that will bring us to the magic. Do, 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 do. Oh, Fantastic Beast, The Crimes of Grindelwald. But before I get into that, I did want to point out some stuff. Okay. This movie did not bowl over so well. For critics. Let me give you the the tomato meter and the audience score. So tomato meter sitting at 39%. Ouch.
Yeah.
Audience score is 64. Okay. Not so horrible. That's not decent. The best.
That's decent.
Let me read you some of these.
I mean, I was looking forward to talking to you about this because I know you are a fan of this world.
About as exciting as a trip to Hogwarts' most neglected lavatory. I'm not going to say their names. I just want to get companies out there. dash it all. Even the devoted will likely struggle with the reams of expository talk and gobs of unearned feelings and scads of largely pointless beasties, plus some just plain lazy visuals. Looking at you, magic cats.
I like the cats.
I'll do one more here. The Fantastic Beast films. I'm sorry, the Fantastic Beasts films have as much to do with the Potter world as the current Detroit Pistons have to do with the championship winning Bad Boys. Right.
Sounds like the critics didn't like them.
The critics were not a fan of this movie.
Yeah.
I will agree. There were some Jacob scenes, his buddy, that I was not overwhelmed with. I felt like they didn't need to be there.
Okay.
But
even some of them had to do with that woman, though.
Yeah, and I get
there's some bigger plots with her later.
I get Grindelwald needed her or wanted her, but it's like he just kind of meh.
But that's something that I didn't. Is he just that? Okay, I hate to jump ahead.
All right, let's get into this.
I'm not as familiar with this world as you are. I'm not I'm not a Potterhead. To put that right out there.
Okay.
So my review of this movie is going to be based solely on the movie,
which I like. We're going to get two very different.
So I was looking forward to this because
me too.
So she can read people's minds.
Yes.
She can read Grindelwald's mind.
Yes.
So she knows everything. Okay.
There's a skill called occlumency, which Snape tries to teach Harry because you can kind of force your way into people's mind. Mm-hmm. You can also be taught to stop people from reading your mind.
Okay.
So
I was wondering about that plot wise. I'm like, why does she has to know everything that he's planning or not planning, what he's going to do or not do? So, I mean, the fact that she goes with him
means he's blocking her.
Spoilers. Either means he's a just villain that who's really not a villain or an anti-hero or something. I don't know, or that she's been duped.
I will say, I feel like the Queen, Miss J.K. Rowling,
she's a
very
queen. I didn't realize she was a queen now.
She's queen in our world. Come on, don't kill him, Potterverse. He's my buddy. Don't hurt him. But yeah, she is very political, and it showed in this big time. But let's start with the synopsis of this one, right?
Okay, that's good. Takes place after the first one.
Takes place after the first one. Newt Commander's still around, kicking around. They want him to go and find the boy, but he refuses. He just wants to be with his animals. That's all Newt ever wants, and his woman. But yeah, that's pretty much it, because he pretty much refuses and then is forced into it because his woman ends up being in the same place at the same time. But yeah, that's the plot of that. And then, Grindelwald is being transferred from the American prison to the British, and
I will say I love that scene.
And once again, man, all it was missing. You know what I'm going to say? They're probably wondering. Sorry, I'm going to go. Every aerial escape, I think of Bane. I'm sorry. But, yeah. So let's start there. The opening scene, Grindelwald's escape. I thought that's the second. Last week we had the Overlord escape out of an aerial plane, so right. This is fitting. I thought it was spectacular. What you said you enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it, but there are some things like he didn't have to do everything that he did because he was already.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, thank you.
He could have just killed everybody.
I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah,
he didn't have to.
He didn't need to not like. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah,
some of that was unnecessary, but it made for a spectacular visuals. I guess so.
Well, not according to the other guy.
There were some anticlimactic visuals that I would have liked to have been bigger. That didn't make sense to me, but that's okay.
Well,
but there's a reason why I think that's okay, and I'll say that.
Okay. What did you think of Mr. Johnny Depp? Disappointed, mediocre, amazing?
I think he was okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I didn't fall on the floor because he was his acting was so great. I don't think I don't know. Sometimes people act a villain. And they just do it right. Yeah. And I can't really put my finger on what it is that's right about it. I don't know where they go in their heads or, like their mannerism. There's so many people, they just go somewhere deep, and dark and perfect. And I don't know how to get there myself. I'm not an actor, but when I see somebody do it, I recognize it. I'm like, wow, you nailed it.
I must point out that there are going to be 5 of these total. Mm-hmm. And the time jump is pretty nuts because this one takes place in 1927, mm-hmm. and the Battle of Dumbledore and Grindelwald happens in 1945. So that's quite a leap. So hopefully he gives us a bit more as these movies progress. Yeah, because I agree. He was kind of just there,
it wasn't that spectacular. Yeah, so I don't think he nailed it. I mean, sure, it's Johnny Depp, and everybody loves Depp. Well, okay, a lot of people love him. Some people love him. Yeah, but
I do. I'm a huge fan.
I just think he's okay. I don't think he's great. I mean, I've seen him in a lot of stuff, but I think he's okay. I don't think he's the best out there.
Is Newt hard to watch for you? I know he's supposed to be.
I sympathize because I am also somewhat introverted,
but he's almost. So and please don't take this offensively. He's almost autistic introverted.
Mm-hmm. But I like that because it's it's worse than me, so I don't feel so bad. But no, it's I like that he's taking it someplace and giving it somebody that we don't normally see on film. Yes, especially somebody being the hero that we don't normally see on film. It would be and once again, don't take this personally, but if there's this huge, I don't want to sound like. I won't say his name. It's 300-pound guy, and he's running around being a hero. People would be like, that's not what we want to see. We want to see somebody that looks like.
That's not what you're cooking.
I want to see somebody that looks like Luke Skywalker with his flowing blonde hair and his perfect, whatever
Adding
looks.
The Rock to the list of actors Robert hates.
It's nice to see somebody outside of the normal. Yes, the normal perspective of a hero. So
but sometimes it's cringeworthy. Sometimes I'm like,
Sometimes I just want to see the old man be the hero. Doesn't that sound weird? I just want to see the old guy who couldn't touch anything without breaking his fingers. It's nice to just see somebody that's not your normal hero be the hero instead of the muscular guy or
the creator of the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, which I thought was cool that he was in there.
But yeah, that's just my
Newt's buddy.
I don't really. I feel like he's supposed to be there for comic. I feel like he's supposed to be. I hate him. I feel like he's supposed to be there for comic relief.
I agree, and I don't think he's necessary. And I know he kind of moved the plot a little bit this one because
I think he is necessary because he gives that introverted person a friend because he doesn't really have besides the animals.
But clearly, this guy. Is
and he's a decent
rash enough to and I'm not disrespecting the actor, but this guy's brash enough to call someone crazy, yet he hangs out with Newt Scamander. It's are you kidding me?
Maybe he sees the normal in Newt,
but not in the woman who accepts him for who he is.
I don't know what to say to that.
I don't know.
Let's just put but she is in his head. So she knows, like she knows.
Queenie messed up this one. Like
she knows
putting someone under a love potion.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't understand that part.
Yeah,
because he already loved her. I don't understand why he. And obviously, you want to protect the person you love, so you don't want.
She was trying to get him to marry her, and I think by any means necessary.
And there's the people who know magic and the people who don't know magic. I won't use their technical terms, muggles and whatever.
No mag,
which just sounds weird.
I prefer muggles myself,
but it's like. I mean, it does sound very political, which you were saying before. You could so easily put that into, and especially in that time frame, 1920s, that's not even happening. So I can understand that, and that's cool.
And to that point, I love the forward thinkingness of this movie because to put a lot of the leads as African Americans, which they did.
Did you think that was weird though?
For that time period,
it
very
just
much
seemed odd. Which is fine. It's not like I don't want to see African Americans on film. I want to see that
exactly. More of us need to be represented.
But it just seemed odd for the time.
Yes, very much so.
It was just like, huh? But whatever you want to do, world, just make it. I'll accept it for now.
And it gave me some questions. Like, I will say this, and this is the biggest reason I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Why I love this movie. Making a prequel is risky.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
It's not easy to do. It like. You know what's going to happen, but she has found a way to do it and still leave Potterheads intrigued. Like, there are so many aspects of this movie that she's adding to the lore or twisting in the lore that not necessarily were known. And it's like, it has me interested and wanting to know what happens next, even though I know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I was going to mention this because this is one of my problems with these movies is that I feel like not so much in the first one, but this one definitely, it feels like it's lore building for the sake of lore building. It doesn't seem like it's doing it for a practical reason other than just the lore build. Like
the Lestrange fact or the last thing?
Like most of it.
Most of it?
Yeah, I just felt like, I mean, the whole time I was watching it, I'm like, it's like, this isn't, I mean, I feel like you're just doing this to do it so you could fill in holes that.
Well, the Newt thing, like all the Newt stuff is already done. Like, that she stayed true to him. The Lestrange family mixing, and I'll go ahead and admit this, which hurt me in the aforementioned trivia. I do not go on Pottermore. And she's constantly updating history and adding stories and biographies on the Pottermore website. So there's things I'm missing by not going on that site. So maybe I don't know. Maybe she mentioned some of the stuff about the Lestranges, Lestrange, however you want to pronounce it, on there. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know. Like I enjoyed it being like because. I've been thinking that I know everything, about the Potterverse. I'm like, it's a welcome thing. Like, I'm not watching a movie that I'm like, well, I know the outcome to this. This is going to lead to this. Like, I'm still getting surprised by it. So, but I can understand, I guess, from the outside looking in, not being a Potterhead.
Yeah, I just feel like they're just lore building for the sake of lore building, not because there's a purpose for it. Gotcha. Like they're just trying to fill in holes. It's like I would, like the same way with Star Wars. I'm sorry, I would prefer to see what happens after the originals as opposed to be, immersed in that background stuff. I mean, it just wasn't that. I mean, it was okay. Some of it was interesting. There were some good scenes in the movie. I'm not lying, but it just overall it just didn't add to it for me. Yeah. It took away more so than it added.
Did this had the same effect, or
this movie did? Yes, the last movie didn't.
Okay,
the last movie I felt like it was.
The last movie could be a standalone.
I thought it was very much a standalone, but despite being a standalone, I still have my qualms about it. I wanted to see more. The thing is called Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Them. I wanted to see more Fantastic Beasts.
Did you get your beast quota in this one, sir?
I did not. What? I felt like there were some pretty sweet beasts, and yes, he used a new one to help him get out of a situation. Yeah. But I feel like
I think that's how they justify it.
I feel like there should be more beasts. I think he should be. Yes, he uses that little tree thing that hangs out in his pocket, but there should be more of that.
Let's go through it. We have
not that this should be about Pokemon or something like running around finding beasts everywhere, but man, it's called Fantastic Beasts.
That's what he wants to do. You know, I guess it's called that because he's the main character and he's the guy who wrote that book, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, that Harry Potter studies. And I shouldn't be trying to. I'm trying to defend JK. Mm-hmm.
I think every adventure should be surrounded like a beast should be somewhere in there.
Yeah,
because like it should be about him going to get this beast to save it, and then there's this whole thing that happens, and that's what the movie's about.
Instead, the beasts are being
just these little random side things that he just happens to happen upon as he's doing these other adventures. And he's like, "Oh yeah, there's a beast. Let me put this in my box, and then we'll pull it out later." It just doesn't. I don't know. It's very Pokemon-y to me, but it's like without a purpose.
Gotcha. Well, he loves beasts. I guess that's the only
don't
purpose.
We all? Who doesn't love a good beast?
The other characters, Queenie, you had qualms about her?
I liked her in the first one. I thought her ability was amazing. And the fact that she was able to be with the person that she wanted to be with. I do dislike that she's turning to the supposed evil side to get what she wants. I feel like what she wants should be... You
mean the man who uses lies and slander to divide a government / world with his words?
Right.
Sorry.
That's okay. She's turning to that. She's turning to the dark to get something that should be light, which makes the thing that she's striving for seem not as like good.
Yeah, she claims I want love, yet she's willing to separate herself from her loved one too.
That kind of bothers me a little bit. I don't think she should take that direction. And I don't think she should have switched to his side. I don't see how, because like I said, she could read minds. Even if she's blocked, even if she's being blocked, the fact that she's being blocked should make her be like, oh, wait a second. This dude doesn't want me to know what he's thinking. I'm about to step back.
Some skilled people skilled in occlumency can project as well as Voldemort does with Harry when he makes him see Sirius being captured.
Yeah, well, I hope they clear that up in future movies if they make future. I'm assuming they're still going to make future movies, even though this one didn't do very well.
Well, it did fine with the critic or the audience, but
if it makes its money, they'll make another one.
It made its money already in tenfold. Just the critics seem to disagree.
But I mean, I hope they clear that up. I hope they bring some, which makes sense that they would put that little hole in their plot hole and then like fill it in later. Yeah, which is fine. I just at the time, this particular, I didn't like it in this movie.
Her sister Tina. The aura. She. I thought Tina was all right. I mean, she seems to be focused. She has a purpose in this one. Did you like the whole love mistake between her and Newt? Like
that, I mean, that was cool. I mean, it was okay. I mean, that's definitely something that would happen to somebody who's an introvert who just doesn't say what they want to say and got to beat around the bush. Like, I just want to blah blah blah. Just tell her. Yeah. Be like, yo, you, me.
I want to get them draws.
Let's do this thing.
I guess that'll bring us to the man himself. I guess we mentioned Johnny Depp, but Grindelwald. Do you think at this point, let's rate him real quick here. Grindelwald versus Voldemort at this point.
Voldemort. Okay. For me, it's because that's what I know. I mean, he hasn't shown us anything yet. He just apparently is really, really
that
good.
Spell.
He can make a ring of fire.
And then just use it to disintegrate people without a word.
I think those people are disintegrating themselves because they go in. It's a spell of self-disintegration. Because they go in. They know he knows I'm lying. I'm just going to die. That's what happens.
One of my favorite things in these movies is seeing adult wizards do adult wizard things.
And there's another thing. That's another thing I wanted to mention. Thank you for bringing that up. That's another reason why these two movies, not the first one so much as this one, has not really resonated with me. Gotcha. I don't know magic. Gotcha. It's not a real thing. But whoa. But I would like to pretend that it is. Yes. And I like that in the original.
You were learning with them.
Yes, you were learning with him in the Harry Potter movies. You were learning with him. It just wasn't all of a sudden boom, bam, bam, boom, bam. You're doing magic. It was, we got to figure this crap out. Me too, because I don't know magic either. I'm figuring it out with you guys. I don't care if you're kids. I'm just going.
But you've been introduced to that world for 8 years.
But you know what? I still don't know magic. I still can't cast a spell, so I still need some more training. So that's why I think.
But like, you don't want to see because I always see like, and this is gonna start some shit, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I always see fuckers posting shit like, if Darth Vader met Voldemort, it would be over in a second. Force chokes, neck snap, while he tries to cast his killing curse spell. And it's like, dude, I don't think he technically needs to say anything. As we learn, like, that these wizards, I like them showing that they have the freaking power to dominate the world if they so wanted. And I'm sounding like Grindelwald right now.
But did you not enjoy in the original Harry Potter movies watching the progression of them getting better and better?
Hermione was already the best, but yes, I did.
But that was what was cool about it, and you learned with
enjoy
them.
it.
So I think.
Well, see, actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to change that answer, because if you think about it, Harry and Ron aren't the best wizards.
No. Not, and that's the whole point.
We didn't learn a whole lot.
They didn't. They just didn't snap in and just were like doing all this stuff.
Yeah,
and that's one of the good things about it, because they were fumbling around with it.
Gotcha.
It's just like we were, because we don't know magic. It would be cool to see a progression of that, like see somebody in their like 20s or their like, late teens, what they're doing with magic, because you know how teenagers make mistakes with everything.
Yes.
So it would be great to see that instead of all of a sudden poof right into adulthood. People who know what they're doing, doing the right things with it. It would be better to watch the mistakes and grow with them, and then eventually end up in that place where you're an adult. That would be awesome.
You know what the kiddos did after Hogwarts?
What they do?
Harry became an Auror. Ron did as well, but realized he wasn't cut out for it, and went and joined the surviving twin in the joke shop to run it. Ginny worked for the Daily Prophet. Of course, she married Harry, and she also joined a Quidditch team. Hermione, of course, married Ron, and I found out in trivia, because like I said, I don't follow Pottermore, but next year she will be introduced as the Minister of Magic. Which I think is pretty freaking cool. That
you know what, that makes perfect sense to me. That sounds like real life. Yeah. That sounds like people who were extraordinary in school going on to ordinary lives. Yeah. Because that's what happens. So I'm sorry. When we grow up, we just become ordinary, like grown-ups. We do ordinary crap. So that seems perfect to me.
I think it's cool. Wow.
So yeah, that makes sense. But I would love to see that progression. I would love to see what they did in those middle years, to all the mistakes.
Yeah, I would watch like Harry Potter Auror Adventures for Grindelwald. But yeah, I would still watch that. Run in the joke shop, not so much. But like Harry hunting down the last followers of Voldemort, that would be so freaking cool. But let's get back into Fantastic Beasts. So freaking Credence, who we thought was dead, comes back.
What does this do? What is it? What is he?
Credence is the one with the Obscurus in him.
I know, but what is he? I mean, what is he? I don't feel like I know what he is yet.
Oh, he doesn't know what he is yet.
I don't know what he is. Yeah. Am I not supposed to know?
Yeah. And I think that's what carried this one. Like him trying to figure out who he is, and it's all surrounded by lies. And I
felt like he was a fantastic beast in the first one. Like he was this weird thing that Newt's commander guy wanted to protect.
He still kind of seems that way to me in this one.
And so, but then
except Newt turned him down.
But I wanted to know more. But then now we find out what at the end of this one.
Maybe.
So it could be a lie. It could be a lie. Okay.
It's up in the air.
Like why? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, because that's not in any lore of anything. Like Dumbledore's brother we met, in the Harry Potter series, his sister's dead.
I did like when they did the thing with the kids and they're like, show me your greatest fear. And then there's like a baby floating in the water with like,
oh yeah,
but you don't really know what it is.
That was a lot different scene than the Harry Potter one.
Until they explain it later on in the movie.
Yeah.
Do you think those people who were standing there watching that understood what that meant?
No.
Or they were just like, she's scared of a baby in the water?
Yeah, well, she's sheets.
Is that a ghost? What is that? Then she's like sitting on the like mountain range or whatever she was, like looking at the sea, and then the guy comes over, he's like, you want to talk about it? And she's like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, what? I would want to talk. What was that?
Yeah,
like,
I would for sure.
I didn't get it.
I'm like, kind of need to know what. Like, that's your greatest fear.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah.
Albus Dumbledore. Be gentle here.
You know what? I think he did a great job.
Too young.
You think he's too young?
Because if you think about it,
he got really old really quick.
Yeah, 16
you sure
years.
there wasn't a spell that made him really old really quick?
You know what, Robert? I'm going to come over there. Yeah, because like I think 16 years between when he's like the whole Voldemort scene in the old Harry Potter movies, and he's like full on white beard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's one problem with prequels, I guess.
When did Harry Potter take place?
1992.
So this is like 1920s?
This is 1927.
Like 50?
No, but like when they do a flashback in the Chamber of Secrets when Tom Riddle, Voldemort, was at school.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 16 years from 1927. Do the math there. But Voldemort is walking around in like robes and big white beard still and that sort of thing. But
some people age hard. I mean, it happens.
I didn't like the whole pinstripe suit thing for him. Like, that doesn't feel like Voldemort. I mean, Dumbledore.
Dumbledore, you would have preferred robes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
when you get older, you want to be comfortable.
True.
Like we were going to put on some sweats when we get older, some jumpsuits or something. He's going to put on some robes. That's how I think of it. Maybe he's a little bit suaver when he was.
He's suave as fuck in this movie.
Yeah.
I like when he was telling Newt the whole stuff, like as they disapparated everywhere. That was freaking awesome.
There wasn't there a controversy with them zapping right into the school?
Yes.
Was that
never? I never looked up anything. I didn't see anything about it.
Conclusion to that and why?
Another big controversy was McGonagall being in this movie. Some people did the math, and she shouldn't be there. Apparently, she was still at Hogwarts at this time as a student, not a teacher. But she was a teacher in this movie.
Maybe that's another secret.
I write it off as time turner because she's the one who gave the time turner to Hermione. Mm-hmm. So maybe she knew about him back then too, and that's why she's such a smart teacher. I don't know. That's just my.
Maybe these things, like I said, maybe these things are going to be filled in later. We don't know.
Yeah, we have three more movies.
Or maybe somebody actually made a mistake, and then they're like, you know what? Thanks for pointing that out to me. I will fix it with this little,
JK doesn't make mistakes.
Little story twist.
I get Newt's brother. Yeah, he's kind of just a little side character. He's not like super.
He's not really all that important.
Yeah. The climax of this, you enjoy that or not? The Act of the Strange Cemetery?
No. I mean, the Ring of Fire thing was cool. Some sides were taken. That's fine. But then at the end, they're just like, we got to stand in a circle and stop whatever this weird dragon thing.
Let's all look at the sunset.
And so, yeah. And it just seemed, this whole movie, I'm just going to sum it up, seemed to me like.
We're setting up.
And what?
We're setting up for
it's like
something.
An in-between movie.
Like fucking Dead Man's Chest. When Davy Jones, in between that trilogy there. Like,
it seems very much like an in-between, incomplete story that was meant to be put on with something else for you to get the full brunt of it. I'm not saying a money grab, but it's definitely not. It wasn't meant to be like the first one. Felt like it could be its own complete thing. This one did not feel that way. If it leaves you, if you enjoyed it, I guess it left you wanting more. If you didn't, it left you with a sour taste in your mouth because you're like, this is what I get.
Which are you?
I'm more the sour taste in my mouth.
Gotcha.
Like I said, I'm not a Potterhead. I'm on the outside looking in. As much as I enjoy the Harry Potter movies, I don't go and look up the lore. I haven't sadly read the books, and I hear there's so much better. There's so much more information in them. I just haven't sat down and done it yet. But these, like I said, the first one could be a standalone. It's great.
Agreed.
It's got some good stuff. Like I said, it's missing some fantastic beasts, but but other than that, it did a pretty good job. I mean, I like the characters. This one here, I don't think it took the characters that we've been introduced to into somewhere where you could be happy with. It leaves them hanging, which is fine if that's what the story is meant to do. If we got to sit through another couple of movies of being left hanging until finally there's like this massive, climax, then that's great. I mean,
I think that's the thing that they're going for, because like I said, and I don't know if you know, being an outside, but this is leading, I'm sure you know, this is leading up to Dumbledore versus Grindelwald, the epic battle that happens.
Yep.
But now we are being filled in on that with stuff that we've never seen before. We didn't know Newt had such a strong thing in this. We didn't know that they had a blood pact. That's why, because all we knew was Dumbledore refused to fight him for the longest time. You're like, why? That seems so horrible. When people are dying, why would Dumbledore just not do anything? But now we know that, and that's like, I guess I'm still thinking in Potterhead mode, because it's like, oh, that's fucking, now we know why he didn't do it. Now, now we know this, now we know that. So I guess the biggest question, do you agree with the critics? 39% rotten?
I'm somewhere probably in the middle between critics and audience.
Gotcha.
There's a lot in this movie that you can enjoy. Like I said, if you like the first one, you'll enjoy this one a little more. Like, not more, but you'll still get some enjoyment because you get to see those characters that you love.
Yes.
And if you're a Potterhead, you'll definitely enjoy it because you get to see more of the lore. If you're outside looking in, then you're getting lore for lore's sake. You don't really feel like it's really going anywhere other than just to tantalize. This movie was made for the fans.
Yes, it was.
It was not made for anybody else. It wasn't made for the outside people. You got to be a fan to enjoy this movie. If you're not a fan, you're probably not going to enjoy this. And I just thought it was so. I mean, movie wise, it still had so many holes in it for me. I just couldn't get into it.
Gotcha.
And there's so many anticlimactic moments, not enough beasts. Like, I'm going to keep saying that, there's not enough beasts. The main villain wasn't all that great. He was great in the beginning, but then you don't really see any more of that the rest of the movie. Ring of Fire doesn't make up for it. And
he does order a baby to be killed. Which Michael Myers didn't do. Let's go there. Okay. The embodiment of evil.
Good point. But I mean, there's worse villains.
Yes, for sure. And Voldemort, like you said, is.
I can't necessarily recommend this unless you're a huge Harry Potter fan. I just don't see it.
I understand.
It's enjoyable.
I was looking for a take from a non-Potterhead, and I'm happy that I got that.
And I was gentle.
Yeah,
I was gentle. I'm not going to be like the critics and just like bash.
I mean, if you feel that way, they'll let it out.
Because there's good things about it.
Gotcha.
And there's a balance to life. There's a balance good in it, and there's bad in it. And I'm appreciative of the good. I enjoy the good, but there was enough bad to overwhelm the good for me.
Let's hit spoilers. Spoilers. What did you think of that last reveal?
I didn't feel like it was epic enough. It would have been more epic if they had said Potter.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, think about it. I mean, that would have been more.
But that would have been like so far back, though. That's the problem.
It would have been still like, but Dumbledore, like, unless there's people, there must be a lot of huge Dumbledore fans out there who just love some Dumbledore.
I mean, like, if you think about the Harry Potter story, after part 2, it's pretty much Dumbledore saying dance, puppet dance. Like, Harry's just a pawn for him.
Absolutely.
To achieve a goal.
And I can see that being so, especially the way he like was that way with Newt. He just was like, you're a pawn. And
he doesn't tell you everything. He just tells you enough to get you to do what he wants.
So he's pretty epic of a character, don't get me wrong. But yeah.
For me, it got my mind going, and I started reading some things that I shouldn't have. I went too far at a certain point, but it because the question came out: does his sister have an Obscurus in her? Was that why that happened? And who actually killed his sister? Because a stray killing curse hit her, which killed her. But at the time, they had the blood pack.
Mm-hmm.
So who was actually fighting? Who actually shot the kill curse? Like it's all those questions are like erupting in my head, being a Potterhead. So you kind of like, for me, it's like, damn, I need to finish the story now, you know? So, I guess it, like you said, though, I guess that proves that point that you kind of need to be a fan for some of this stuff to hit you where they were aiming for.
Yeah, this movie was for the fans. Yeah. Which is fine.
Yeah. Would you watch the other three?
I will, just because now I'm already invested and I want to see what happens.
Gotcha.
And I want to see if they can pick up where I feel like they may have dropped the ball.
Gotcha. That what did you like the Beast in this one? It
was okay. It wasn't great. I mean, it wasn't great. I mean, I don't know.
I like the swimming beast. That
one was cool, but then he's gone. There's nothing they don't use. Like, he could get into some kind of a predicament and have to use all these beasts to get out of it, which would be great because he does every once in a while with his little tree guy. He lives in his pocket. Why not? And
the Niffer.
Why not? Yeah, that guy. He's always getting into stuff. Why not use that?
That Niffer is actually the savior of the day.
That's one. I think I might have mentioned that. I don't know if I did or not. That was cool. Like, he used magic, but I think he uses beast as much as he uses his magic.
I think
to be effective.
You're right.
To be effective, and I like that difference. I thought that was really cool that she put that in there. But now I'm feeling like it's less. It's a gimmick, but it's like even less gimmicky now that she's not even relying on it anymore. She's like,
the beast did save them though in the end.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Nagini. Nagini, the snake lady. Now that raises a Voldemort snake. Lady. That raises so many questions right there. Because the theories going around now is Nagini's Voldemort's mother. Because that would explain why he has snake features when he gets resurrected. It's and that whole lore is one that we never heard before of that. I forget what she's called, but you eventually not be able to transform back. Like that was a pretty much intrigue. And she counts as a beast. Huh?
I'll give you that. But doesn't it feel like she's just throwing all these little things in there just for the fans? Like,
yeah. Oh, for sure.
That's not for your average watcher is going to be like, well, who cares if she turns into a snake or not?
What the fuck's that? A Nagini? What?
That's crazy.
I see what you're saying.
I did like that spell. I will say that spell that he used to protect himself against the boy when he turns into the little the cloud of weirdness.
Yeah,
like I don't know what else to call it other than a cloud of weirdness. Is like
after he kills the nursemaid.
The nursemaid, yeah, and he's just standing there like kind of like can't get me. And he's like inside the shield. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I did like. So there's good scenes in this that really got me like that. Just made my sci-fi juices flow. But then like story wise, I think it just sucked it all out of there and just you don't get to enjoy this until it's over. You got 3 more movies to watch, and then maybe you can pump your fist in the air.
Which we have some years for. Yes. I'm gonna say go watch. This is gonna be one where we agree to disagree. I freaking enjoyed this movie so much. I loved the intrigue. Like I said, I love the fact that she got me interested in a prequel, which is hard to do. I look forward to seeing how this leads up to that epic battle. I'll tell you this much. That battle better be fantastic.
It better be like an hour long.
Yeah. It better be like the whole last and hats off. Can't go without saying this to the introduction of homosexuality there with Dumbledore and Grindelwald. Like, that's fantastic. Like, it's subtle, but it's there.
You think so?
What he wants the most, that's what that Mirror of Eris said shows you, my friend. And it showed a young Grindelwald there.
I didn't get that.
Oh, come on.
It didn't scream at me. I'm going to have to rewatch it because it didn't scream. I don't know. Maybe I just don't think that way.
I freaking love. I'm not a hateful bastard.
No, go get him if that's what you want. Maybe that's why they have a blood pact, because they're in love with each other. That would make sense.
Come on.
See, now you say it. See, I'm not that bright. It takes me a while to get there.
I think that's fantastic, and I think that's another reason why Dumbledore didn't want to fight either, is because of that reason, not just the blood pact, because I mean, he got that thing in 1927. Like I said, the fight's not until 45. So, but yeah, like I said, there's just little stuff like that all throughout the movie for Potterheads. Just cool little stuff. I can see where Robert's going. It's kind of the opposite of Ready Player One effect for me. Like if you hadn't read the book, you know, that movie's amazing. If you have, you're kind of disappointed. I get it. So yeah, go watch a movie Split here. Go watch from me.
Not unless you're a Potter.
Not unless you're a Potter from Robert.
Because it just won't make sense to you.
Which is probably like all the critics that I read, the stuff I read, they're all 50-year-old dudes. So maybe that's what
that might be part of it.
They're just like, I don't know what the fuck, what's going on.
Exactly. It's just, it doesn't work. And it also, I think it's something that builds on something that's already there. There's already this huge group of people, all these websites, all this stuff, all these books.
Yes.
If you're not immersed in that, finding out all these little things isn't going to do you any good.
Exactly.
So that's why you got to be definitely go see this if you're a fan.
Like I'm not even going to mention the Lestrange lore because I still want to understand it fully. Like,
I like when she revealed that she switched the babies. I'm like, who switches babies? Is that a real thing? It's like, there's some little people do that.
That family tree line, like, because Sirius is a cousin of a Lestrange. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, that's. Like all that stuff just like sucked me in and it pushed some people away. Exactly. But yeah, that's Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Split down the middle. You decide. That's up to you guys. And actually, we want to hear your thoughts on it. Let's do this real quick. I am going to, while we're filming, hop on Instagram Live, and if I know how to do this, I may have to cut this part out because I don't know how to do it. Oh, there we go. Checking connection. I'm now live. Hello, everyone. We're filming or recording episode 62 right now, and we want to hear your thoughts on the Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald. So go ahead and comment, and yeah, just let us know what you thought about it. That's what we want to know. This is my first time using the live, so I apologize if things look weird.
Really dark.
And the cameras are upside down. We don't know. But yeah, we want to hear your thoughts on it. So let us know. Yeah, thanks. Bye. But yeah, sorry. This guy, I'll fix that there in post. But where to find us? You can Go Watch a Movie on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, if they don't take it down because of the music I put in it, SoundCloud, all of the above at Go Watch a Movie, and give us a like, follow, share, all those things. We appreciate it so much. And thank you to all the new followers, all the new listeners that we've been getting. It's just fantastic. We love the love. I'm going to keep posting all the latest trailers and posters and all that stuff that I see on all three sites, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, because those seem to be the main ones. Yeah, and we have big things coming, big things planned. But yeah, follow us for all those. And if you have a question, email us at gowatchamovie@yahoo.com or yahoo.com. And you can find us at Podbean, Go Watch a Movie, iTunes, Go Watch a Movie, Stitcher, all those places, anywhere a podcast can be found. And thank you so much for listening. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
Go watch a movie. Expecto Patronum.